Hi. Okay. So I'm so excited, mostly because I'm listening to the song. But as I was listening to the song, like a flood of things came to me, and I just thought, okay, well, I might as well record now. Excuse my hair, guys. It's tough. Okay. So the things that flooded my mind, right, that made me think, okay, let's do it now. So I was listening to the song. It's by Passion, called Glorious Day, and I absolutely love the song. Like, I love the song, I love the video. It just makes me so happy. And I remember the first time I ever saw Christian Stanfield, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful man. But this is the thing, right? So I don't know if it happens to you, but okay, well, let me not involve you. This is about me. So what I tend to do is, a lot of times, like, if I have a worship, if there's a worship experience, or I have a moment, or I have, like, something happens, and I really enjoy something to do with music or worship, the first thing I do, like in the beginning already, the first thing I do is I always look, like, at the wedding ring. And I mean, this is for girls and guys. Hey, I always look at the wedding ring. And I remember, like, I used to feel so bad when I was younger, because I'd be like, Katie, why are you trying to involve yourself with these people? And a lot of times you'll find they're married, and it's, which is a good thing, right? But I mean, even to this day, guys, I still do it. Every time I see someone, I look, or every time I'm enjoying a worship experience. I mean, even with my friends, like at church, even with I know that they're married, I know their wives, I know their husbands, but as soon as I start enjoying myself, I look at the wedding ring, or the wedding finger, to see if there's a ring on there or not. And then, so that was the first thing, right? So that's what happened here. I was enjoying the song, and I kind of paused myself to check to see. And I mean, I've seen this video a million times, but I checked to see, well, is there a wedding ring? And even before seeing this video, I knew that he was married. But it was, anyway, so that was the first thing. The second thing was, I think a couple of weeks ago, I think it's like a week or two ago now, Jackie Hill Perry, she actually posted this, like, shade throwing post about these women. So Preston will go on tour, and Preston will go on tour, and after a show, like, where he's just done a piece about Jesus, or about his family, about Eden, or whatever, like, chicks will come up to him, and try and involve themselves there. And Jackie was just like, I don't understand. Like, why are you trying to involve yourself there? Anyway, so that was the second thing, right? I think that was actually when I kind of started thinking about this whole thing. Well, no, I'm lying. But in terms of a video. The third thing was, on Friday, Joseph Solomon is going to be here. He's going to be in Cape Town. And on Saturday, he's going to be in Joburg. And guys, I have met girls here who are, like, in love with Joe. Like, they all tell me that, Katie, Joseph is my soulmate. And I'm like, you don't even know him, Or I just, like, I mean, I'll see some girls get so hacked because he hasn't greeted them. Or be like, guys, it's so deep. And then, like, these girls are actually touched, hey, and I'm just like, I'm not really sure what to do about this. I don't really know how to, but I actually do. And all of this stems from this deep-seated, whatever you want to call it, in me, of always looking at the wedding ring when I was enjoying a worship session, and I mean, people that know me, guys, I don't really know. I can't say I'm in a stage where I wish I was in a relationship, or I see myself getting there soon, or, like, I mean, I can't say things like that, but time and time again, I find myself looking at this wedding finger, Anyway, so this is what I want to say. Okay. And this is really what I've learned, and I've come to appreciate it so much. I remember a friend of mine and we actually spoke about this once, because like, when they go on tour, it's a girl and a male and a female. When they go on tour, this female is forever having to, like, cut girls as they try to get to this guy. She's like, I'm sorry, this is a married man. What are you trying to do here? Like, step off. And like, and she was just saying, yeah, it baffles me. And he was also just saying, it happens so much in the Christian community that it really would shock it would shock people to see the types of ways that girls behave towards some of the guys, or that guys behave towards some of the females. So this is the thing. Sure, I've been speaking for 5 minutes, but this is actually the thing, right? When somebody is doing something and it ministers to us, okay? The thing that makes me look at the wedding band, or the thing that makes you think that you love this person, or whatever, however you want to put it, whatever is happening within you, right, towards a person of the opposite sex, or whatever sex. No, the opposite sex, yeah. The thing that will make you, the thing that pulls you towards them, right, and makes you look at the ring, is because, and somebody said this to me like so long ago, and I loved it so much, right? The God in them has said hi to the God in you. So all of a sudden, your spirit man is like, whoa, something is happening that I love. Something is happening that I appreciate. And that is actually what is happening. All that is happening is your spirit is finding something, or your spirit is being awakened by something in their spirit, And that, like, if you're not aware of that, then you're going to move to a place where you think, oh, I love this person now. I need to find a way to involve myself, when actually all it is, like, it's such a great thing that's happening. Because what I have said to a lot of girls, or a lot of the guys that I've walked the road with, is this, right? That feeling is it's such a great indicator. Like, it's a great thing to take note of, because it actually means that you are stimulated by the spiritual happenings around you. That feeling is what tells you that actually I want a partner. Like, my partner must be spiritually inclined, in that way. Like, I don't know how many conversations I've had with people where people are like, Katie, why don't you date? Why don't you? And I'm just like, but guys, like, besides the fact that it's none of your business, I don't, we talk about why I don't date, and then what I eventually do want in a partner. And for me, like, if we can't even get through the spiritual aspects of things, like, then there's no need for me to talk to you about anything else. Because that in me, Jesus is such a big part of my life. If I'm choosing a partner and Jesus is not as big a part of their life, or, and Jesus isn't number one in their life, there's constantly going to be conflict. Now, if I must choose between you and Jesus, I'm choosing Jesus. So what must happen? It means we're fighting. Now, because Jesus is not a thing for you, it means I don't get to share that part of my life with you, which actually means I have to cut you out of, like, such a big part of my life, and, like, that's just things that I don't want for myself. But part of the journey that I took to get there was to see this thing of, when people minister to me, and there's a thing in me that compels me to want to bless them, or that compels me to want to go and give them a hug, or go afterwards and say, yo, I loved worship today, or go to them and rebuke them afterwards if I didn't enjoy it, or, if something felt off or whatever. All of those feelings, it's your spirit man reacting to the presence of, or to another spiritual presence, And that's why I say it's a good thing, because it's indicative, guys. It's showing you that, hey, listen, this part of who someone is something that stirs something in you, and you should be happy. Please be happy about that. Like, I remember I used to feel so bad nowadays, and nowadays every time it happens, like, it's just my little sign to myself that I know that you're okay. It means I really enjoy the song, or I really enjoyed the session, or I've received some form of ministry, because my spirit man is reacting to what I'm hearing, to what I'm seeing, to what I'm experiencing. And I want to encourage you, please embrace that. Like, embrace that in people. Guys, tell them, more and more, God is just challenging me that, we don't pray for the people that minister to us enough. We don't bless the people that minister to us enough. And please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying tell all you have so that you can get them something. I'm just, and also, like, accept that, a lot of people do give them things. So sometimes, they just don't really know what to do with yours. But the thing is Like, we're so quick to criticize or to judge when they do something wrong, that we don't give them the judgment when, like, the judgment is good, when they've done something good. Like, go up to them, just give them a hug, be like, thank you so much, man, like, I really enjoyed that. Tweet them or send them a message, even if they don't reply. It's just you kind of putting the vibes out there to say, this person has blessed me, this person has ministered to me so much so, and I just want to show my appreciation. I mean, even if I think now of the P4CM guys, like, I didn't even know about them. I found out about them through a friend, If she hadn't shared that on her social media, I probably wouldn't have found out about them at that point, So there's so many things that can happen when we're just, when people are being appreciative in public, and that's what I'm saying. So with that feeling, like, don't squash that feeling as if it shouldn't be there. All it's doing is it's saying, hey girl, hey man, listen, I something in you, like the God in you, has said hello somewhere to the God in me. And I want to appreciate that. I want to embrace that. And I want to bless you, and then let it go. It does not mean love. It does. I don't know. Maybe, Joseph is trying to find someone here in South Africa. I'm not, please don't go now and be like, oh, this word was for me. It means I mustn't talk. I don't know. I'm just saying that, like, be aware of the fact that as women, we don't have we don't see a lot of godly examples of single men. You know what I mean? So everybody's flocking there. What must happen? We haven't been exposed to a lot of godly examples of married men. We haven't been, sometimes, and the same like for girls in terms of guys. These things are not, they shouldn't be demonized, if I can put it like that. I think that's where it gets really sad for me, because then I'm like, it's telling you something about yourself, and instead of embracing it and saying, okay, you know what, maybe it actually means that this is important to me, maybe it actually, like, what's his name? I think it's Miles Teller, the Fantastic Four guy, not Drumline. What's that movie? Whiplash. The Whiplash guy. Nah? That man, he did an interview, and it made me laugh so much, because in that interview, this is what he says. He says, you know what? I am very aware that I'm an ugly guy. Very aware, growing up, I didn't do well with girls, When I got to my teenage years, I tried to push on and stuff, but the girls would deny me. Then all of a sudden I became an actor, people knew me, people started seeing me, and now the girls are just inviting themselves, And he says, like, it's, it's even there. It's the same thing, It's indicative of something. It means for you want a man with money, so that, I don't know, he can afford the nice things that you want, or, I mean, whatever the reason might be. But it's showing you something about yourself. Like, you guys, I have looked at that man. Hey, you can't look at him and think that's a good looking man. You can't. I'm sorry, at least he knows, which is why I feel like I'm free to say it. But, like, if you're not here, if the face isn't that nice, then it means the face isn't that nice. Yes, it's my opinion. Maybe you look at him and you think he's beautiful, have fun at that. But what I'm saying is, don't dismiss the fact that you want somebody with money, because how, what you expect out of a partner. In the same way, don't dismiss the fact that you want somebody who is able to quicken the spirit within you, or who makes the God in you jump when you look at them. I mean, can you just imagine, guys? Can you imagine every time you're looking at your partner or your spouse? Like, can you imagine that feeling of not just thinking, oh, this is such a nice looking man, but from within you, something is jumping to say, woo, like when John was in the womb of Elizabeth, and, and John hadn't moved in a while, and then when she saw Mary, then all of a sudden the baby in her leaped, and she was like, oh, snap, and Mary was like, oh, that's so cool. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if that's what's happening within us when we see our partners or when we engage with our partners or our spouses? Like, that's something good, guys. Okay, I feel like I'm talking for too long now, but I just wanted to explain that, really. And yeah, and really just encourage you. If you are a single girl, you are a single guy, then please do take notes of that feeling. Take notes of the situations in your life, because it's speaking something to you. If you are married, then also take notes of that feeling, because it doesn't now mean you need to be stepping out on your husband or your wife. It just means, acknowledge what it is. What it is, it just, you are appreciating the God in somebody, and I don't want us to demonize that fact. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now, otherwise I will go on forever. Okay, but I hope you have a good week. Sure, it's the first time I've actually spoken about relationships. Yeah, maybe I should record a few more videos. Yeah, hey, just get them, get all these things out. But yeah, have a good week. There's so many things happening in South Africa now. So there are gay guides for everything. Things happening in Cape Town, in Joburg, and wherever. So enjoy if you are taking part in those. If you're not, then enjoy whatever it is you're doing, and have a great week, guys. Have a great week. Check out your relationships and see, and correct where you need correcting, and stop trying to lead people into temptation when you shouldn't be. And yeah, okay, now I really am finished. Okay, bye, guys.